Little more bend in the middle, Shay. You understand what I mean? You're very pointed and shoulders at the wall.
Right.
Shoulders should face down the track, which means he needs to bend more in the rib cage. That's better. Totally different. Good job. So this side is easier. Yes? Good job. Careful. Relax. If you're thinking, oh, I'm dead fast here, right? But what happens is when you make that turn, it goes like this. Okay? So if you keep your shoulders over here in the turn, almost, you know what I mean? Right, exactly. And that way, if you make the edge, you're already selecting a good transition back. Right. Does that make sense? Not totally. 2 seconds, and then let's do that one more time. Okay. Oh. Practice this already before?
No.
Great. It is so fun to see you guys getting together.
Oh, it feels good. It feels so good. Feels so good.
You think it's good one for sure. He's exceptional. He really is.
I love it.
And you should. I don't know why I was talking my church this morning.
I do too. I think it's repeated.
Probably from that dust yesterday. It was really dusty in here.
Tell me
So what? From eating the fish?
what?
From eating something we ate too?
Oh, no. That food went down pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. That was awesome. Although I kind of wish I had had the key lime pie. I almost went
Yeah, I love key lime pie. I was thinking that too when I went to bed. I was thinking I should have had a little bit of sugar.
You know what? That's the last thing in this class is your truck from your medium truck from the left side at the end. So why don't we go ahead and pan it? And we'll do that medium truck again at the end. Okay? Because you have to do it in your cut after the pan over. Right?
So my first carry part is down here, right here. At 8, isn't it?
Other end of the unit.
Oh, other end. I'm thinking backwards.
You know, that is a tricky thing. I remember when I first started showing you class, I got myself all turned in backwards.
Yeah, it's like a slow turn.
And I would have, what I had to do for a long time is, before I started my class, I had to stand at some point, usually before I go home, and go and stand in the arena and get my compass oriented.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I do too. But I did that this morning.
So, see you then.
That's where my first carry part is. Down there, right?
Right now, let's do before that, let me try.
Oh, geez.
Select a standard.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I do a right knee 10-meter circle there. Then I come up here, I do a simple change, B to B.
Yes.
Then I do a lengthening down here. Then I come across. Oh, another circle at C.
That anyway. Except it's not anything anymore. Real medium, which you can do, no problem. And remember, there are scars in second level for those transitions.
Yes.
You know, it's no longer good enough that you just make a difference. They're really, at second level, they want to see collection. What is
Yeah.
collection? What is collection?
Collection is a shortening of the frame and a horse taking more balance behind and making more of an overstep.
It's really about the balance,
Yeah.
you know? Well, F is very sad. Get after him, come on. He's totally behind you. Yeah. That was great. I'm probably losing my voice because I screamed and yelled at Janice this morning. Good. Good.
Okay, so here I'm walking, medium walk.
Okay. So your medium walk is at your
Am I going the wrong way?
yeah.
Ah, hello. It's right. And right knee go up the side. And first carry part is.
Say what you do?
test, I'm telling myself that. I don't think they always do that. Okay.
So your standard part is R. You already warmed up the piano a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. So wait, where's R now?
F. F is your standard.
Oh, okay. 10.
That's F. I tried to fix it. I need to get my staple gun out. It's down near the barn.
And I'm doing that out of medium rock.
Yes. And we don't have to judge the test start yet. You know what I mean? Take my piano, get him where he needs to be. If he's there, go ahead. Right, go to school, whatever you need. How do you feel about that guitar?
It was a little stuck.
Yeah. So why didn't you do something about it? Don't ride the movement to make this movement good. It was ride the movement to make the next one way better. Does that make sense? If he's if he's lazy and sluggish about it, do something about it. Don't just say, oh, that wasn't very good.
Okay.
Fix it. Make it better. You know what I mean? Make him so the next time he believes you a little bit more. Raise the bar of the expectations so that you give him appropriate correction. So if he's lazy about it, he's learned that that wasn't good enough. As far as he's concerned, that was fine. So he's going to do it the same way again. All right?
Ready?
Good. So walking it again until it's correct. Good. And then down. How much A? How much A was that?
Too much.
Way too much. So I want to see a really light A and then a really big correction so he actually takes the light A seriously. You know what I mean? That's what your whip is for. Yeah. Walk. Put your whip in your other hand. Which side starts his hand?
The outside.
Yeah. And that's the leg he's ignoring, correct?
Right.
So you need to tap him with the whip when he doesn't take that left leg. He's still not listening. Because you haven't given him a correction that he understands. Light A. Remember, because you've got to do this. Yeah. Let's have it. Good. That was the correction that went through. Do you feel the hind leg come under?
Yep.
That's what the first step of piano should feel like. Walk and do that again. And this time he might take you seriously because you actually made a really good correction. Super. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
So your first time him right back to the canter at the moment, the second he falls out. Because as far as he's concerned, again, when he makes a mistake, it's a great opportunity for him to learn. It's okay if he makes a mistake. But you have to tell him it was a mistake. He doesn't know that it was a mistake right now. And that's one of the challenges of collections. If he figure out that when you have ball, he needs to sit down and not get behind, right? To correct him when he makes that sort of a mistake. Right? So if he runs through your half ball and that's why he falls out of the canter, I would go to the walk. If he falls out because he misunderstood your half ball and came too much back, then I would kick him right back up. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Shoulder forward. My suspicion was he misunderstood your half ball. Yes? Good. Good job, Faye. Yeah, bring the shoulders. Bring the shoulders. Make it 10 meters. Come on, you can do 10 meters. Okay, that was not a circle. Turn and a 10-meter circle. Center line. Where's the center line? Where's the center line? Here. And you went way past it, and remember this arena's wide. Turn again. Turn. 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 Yes. Now don't make the second half smaller. You make the first half too big and the second half too small. Good. Now make the second half bigger. Good job. That's much better. Shoulders forward on the long side and the medium. Counter. Good. How's the half ball? How's the half ball? Good, bad? No? Yes? Do you have a half ball?
Yeah, you.
Okay, good. And now let's, yeah, good. Now make the second half big enough. Yeah, too bad. Too bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to take that seriously. That makes sense? Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying about your circle? Yeah. When you start your 10-meter circle, you need to turn more. Okay?
Right. I'm flattening out on one side.
The first half, you're not turning enough.
Right.
And then the second half, he falls in and you end up on the inside back. So, part of it is you have to visualize, like, draw in with your eyes in the dirt where that circle should be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And make sure you pay attention to where you were when you left the track. Right? So then that's back to that same spot. Do you understand wide shoulder core?
Yep.
This direction, because he falls on the right shoulder, really deep lid shoulder core.
Oh, and I can hold it for different. For the balance.
So I still need to see a medium that So did you feel like going down the long side, you had enough of a half ball, you could have gone more?
Not at that particular time because she was really like tired, like I had to break.
So tell me a little bit about your age for being here.
Well,
Like your age after
every other stride I push.
Okay.
Every other stride.
Okay.
And I have to keep them supple
Yes.
on the right rein, and I have to make sure I own the left rein at the same time.
Yes.
So I can think a little shoulder forward throughout, just like we did
Yes.
in the cut with me.
Yes. Yes.
But I have to really get to own the left rein.
Yeah.
But then I have to supplement to the inside that I can put my leg on and you can sit and go forward. And I'm trying to use both legs together, which has been something that, like, when I do my lateral work and stuff, it's better at the canter.
Yeah.
But Vanessa's really got me putting my outside leg back in the canter really back.
Yes.
And that helps
Yeah.
when I do it.
Right. You keep that left hind leg more underneath.
Right.
Yeah. to make your medium, you just close it to the peg a little bit. Just close that to the peg, and you'd be amazed at how much better the lengthening happens, right? And then when you come back, you know what I mean, you open it a little bit that way, right? A bad leg, so that he doesn't fall, right? When he makes a mistake, and he's going to do it because he's new in the collection, right? You know, there's those two distinctions. If he makes the mistake because he's against your hand and he's running through the half ball, immediately come to the walk and pick up canter again as quickly as you can. If he falls out because he misunderstood your half ball, then right back to the canter from the trot. Does that make sense? So making that distinction, and any time as we're going along here, you feel like he's running through your half ball or getting strong and you need to do something about it, don't wait for me to tell you. Just do it. Okay? Because sometimes it's starting to happen and you're more aware of it than I am. So correct that. Don't wait for me to tell you. You're in charge. Okay? Sometimes you're going to start your medium at K, transition at B. Collect the canter to the next letter, medium canter to the next letter. Okay? You can even start counting your stride. Okay. 6 strides for collected canter between the letters, 4 strides for medium. Okay? You ask them to do medium for one set of letters and then collected for the next set. But making those really crisp transitions, right? You really expect him to come back. And if he has trouble coming back, how have you been correcting that?
Depending on how he has trouble, if he's just running through,
Right?
I sit him down.
Sure.
And otherwise, I just try to tap Paul. Maybe I'll circle to get him more underneath
And your
himself.
circle is a great thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, you ask him to come back, use the bending and the center of your
Yeah.
circle to get him more under himself.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most effective things. to
Yeah,
do.
otherwise it's just a
Yeah.
wrestling match with the face.
And really, in the medium, testing the half ball constantly. Make sure it's there. And if it's not, when you're schooling, bring him back right away. And then go again right away. Right? So, okay, let's talk about how can you visualize my center of your circle? Because you really have a hard time with that. Well, this agreement is pretty close to standard, and we know it's a little wide. So, what are your parameters? When
I'm
you're
thinking the second by the light, not all the way to the light, but like right there, and just about right here, not quite, right underneath these lights just about. So quarter line to me is the second upright end, where that little sign is. Is that too far in?
No, that's probably right. So look at where your tracks are.
And then under this light, right here.
So how many meters between the letters?
Well, there's 8 coming off the short wall.
No.
Isn't there 8 and then 12?
6.
Oh, 6.
And if it's 8, you need to be even closer to F and K.
Right, okay.
Okay? So there's 12 meters between F and P, or K and V.
Right.
Which means that, and that's 6 meters. You only need to be 4 meters, which is a third of the distance between K and V. So really, you should be short of these lines.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, right about,
Yeah. Your circle is way too big.
so right about right
Way
here.
too big. Very good. Yeah. And maybe even a little further than that. Okay. And stay inside that beam, not at that beam, inside that beam.
Okay,
Because remember, this arena is a little bit wider,
okay,
like that much wider.
okay.
Okay.
So,
So, show me.
to the right?
How many horses do you have that? You know him better than I do. We should probably work on the left side. a little
Yeah,
bit.
let's do the left. I've done a lot to the
Just,
right.
yeah, exactly. And the left actually needs a little more work.
So we can pick up the canner from here, and then we have a 10-meter circle right here. And then we do like thing down the long side.
And we'll, let's see. Change range, counter plan, simple change. Oh yeah, we've got all these simple changes, we haven't even looked at that. Let's just work on the quality of the canter, forget about the task content,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
work on some canter walks, and maybe we'll finish with a few simple changes, because the quality of the canter is gonna determine everything, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of canners.
So, and I don't know if you've done this, but I've been encouraging everybody, especially since I went to the L program, to spend some time reading over the directives on the actual test sheet. It's not in here.
Right.
So on the test sheet, you've got, you know, where you're supposed to go with what letter. And then the next column over talks about what are the qualities that we're looking for in that movement.
Okay.
Just so you're really thinking about those things when
Okay.
you're doing all this stuff.
Okay.
You know, because it's so easy to get
You're just not
focused
writing a
on
pattern.
writing letter to
Yeah.
letter instead of thinking about what it is that you're really trying to get accomplished.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
And what the judge is evaluating you on.
Right.
First thing it says, quality of game.
Right.
Quality of truck. You know, the quality of the game is the very first thing. And, you know, I remember one of the videos you sent me. You know, the rhythm.
Right.
That's what the quality is all about.
Okay.
And when he gets a little lazy in the lefty canter with that right line, he doesn't get that,
Right.
right?
Right.
Not quite cantering.
Right.
So automatically you're looking at no better than a 5. Just because we don't have a rhythm.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how round he is,
Yeah.
doesn't matter anything else. It's the rhythm of that, right? So remembering those things, how important they are. So let's work on that, and we'll work on some transitions a little bit. And really getting the canter that's easy to walk from, because you were talking about that being a challenge, right?
Yeah, it's actually been better. His biggest thing that he's done
Yes.
is when I go to it, he wants to take his head and go, whoop! And Vanessa, you know, she's like, no more of that. You gotta get over that.
Right.
So this past week, I really worked on that. Today, I feel like he's better about it, but then he's a little sticky because I'm getting one thing, I'm like losing another. So that's where we kind of are. But I think to the left, he's a lot better than to the right.
Let's look at lefty canter, and maybe we'll, at the end, we might have to come back to the right side a little bit on that little one. But I want to get the rhythm better in this lefty canter. That's probably the biggest thing that I see. I think that what I just saw in rightly canter, you can solve those issues.
Let me just try a second here. Oh, you're gonna just do it. Okay.
I can put it. Be clear. on your own. Do you know what I mean?
I can recognize it.
Okay. You
I
can
just
feel
never,
it.
I've never honed in on thinking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well maybe that will help you.
So that's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, I want you to really pay attention to that. That's better. It's amazing. When you're just thinking about it, it got better. And there it's a little fuzzy. That's better. I mean, mostly what it needs is more jump, like we talked about yesterday, right? Okay, so here's the exercise we're going to do. On a 20-meter circle, on the open side, medium canter, on the open side of the circle, when you get back to the wall, collect. Good. And right eggs to collect. So the canter got littler and flatter when you collect it. So I want you to think about asking him to really bring his hind legs under and when he collects. And you might even have to get after him with the whip task for collection. Right hind leg. Punches in.
I was thinking about opening and closing my hip angle, and that made him try.
So even if you make a mistake, for his sake, correct it anyway. You know what I mean? Good. Okay, now you have a real canter. You feel the difference in this canter? You have jump. You've got to keep the jump when you bring them back from the medium. And it gets better in the medium. Now I want you to think about keeping the jump when you bring them back. Better! That was better. Now make more of a difference. Make a bigger medium. Much bolder medium. Really go for it. You're being good, yes? Air time. Air time. Yes, good. And add leg, jump. Good job. Okay, and still more. Think about lifting his rib cage and his shoulders up with your legs a little bit. So he gets up off the ground in the medium. Air time. Good. And add leg. Jump. Jump. Canter. 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 Yeah, good job. You got to correct that so he doesn't make that. So he learns. Think about it. And a mistake is an opportunity for him to learn if you correct it. Now go. Medium. And think refresh the canter as you ask him to come back. Canter 8. Good job. That was a good correction on your part. Because he flattened out a little, and then you brought the hind legs again. Think about air time in the medium. Air time.
I like that, but he's running out of gas.
Okay, so give him a break. You know what else you can do at home? A ground pole. One ground pole.
Yeah.
Really, he needs that a little bit in here.
Okay.
He needs to get a little more up off the ground, a little more suspension to the medium. And eventually, I mean, you're a jumping person. You could do a series of cantering ground poles, just like trotting poles.
Right.
Really would help him to get that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is much better, and you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And you know, so with him, especially to this direction, when you're warming up and when you begin your canter, err on the side of a little bigger canter.
Okay.
Because otherwise he gets a little stilted, and then the rhythm isn't good, and he doesn't have a jump behind.
Right.
So you need to begin with the bigger canter, and when you make the canter littler for the collection, you can make sure the jump is still there. Because that solves the rhythm problem more than anything. Does that make sense? It's when you try to make that canter too small that it gets the rhythm problem.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Good. So, simple changes. That canter walk transition. What are you doing to ask for a canter walk?
okay, well, when I'm cantering, ahead of time, I think really forward and make sure that he's underneath
Yes.
himself. And then I use both of my hands and my leg together to shut him down into the walk.
Okay.
Without throwing him away in the front. And I have to be very savvy as to how I use my leg. If I do too much, they'll pop out. If I do too little, they'll fall behind. So I'm working on that medium, holding them together through my core and my leg, and not throwing away the hand. And it's working. So far today, the thing is, you don't see what he did last week. But so far, these transitions feel like 100% better already.
Okay.
So
So it's all relative then.
yeah. He's really like that last one. I let that go over because he was tired and I wasn't going to work walk.
So you know what?
It doesn't make a difference. So I know. I knew you were going to say that.
That's not good training.
No.
Is what I really mean.
Right,
Not
you're
good
missing an
training for
opportunity.
him. Yeah, exactly. You had a really good canter. Yeah, he's a little tired. But he can do a good, if he can do a good transition, he can do a good transition. And you need to start expecting that of him.
Every time.
So that he expects you to expect it.
Right.
So that when you need it, it's there. You might get to the horse show and maybe the judge took too long on the comments and all of a sudden he's getting a little tired and you have to go write your test. And he's like, oh, I'm tired. Mom's not going to make me do it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's more opinionated.
Right.
He's got to say, he really doesn't.
When you give him those opportunities, you're like, oh, he's a little tired, so I'm going to be nice and not going to make him do it. You know. Then he has that excuse in the back of his mind the next time you're at a horse show. You know? It's not fair to him to sometimes say, we're going to do it this way, and then other times say, oh, it doesn't apply to that. Right. You know, when you change the rules on him, it's just not fair.
That's confusing.
It is confusing, and then it's frustrating for them when you do try to hold them to it, and then they say, wait a second, I didn't think I had to do that anymore, right? So if you're stricter with him, it's actually kinder. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
It's kinder to be strict.
I know that. I just don't follow my own rules. I'm guilty.
Okay. It's funny because when Pam came the other day, everything she said is stuff I've been telling my students.
Yeah.
Which is always hilarious to me. With a few exceptions. I mean, she's brilliant and she sees things that I'm like, really? You know?
Yeah.
She's got like
It's
X-ray
amazing.
vision. X-ray vision. But keep the right hind leg. Keep the right hind leg. Wrap him around your left leg. That's it. Yeah, so he bends his whole body and not just his neck. Good. Great correction. Okay. So I want to add one little thing to your transitions, and eventually you want him to be able to do it straight. But for today, I want you to play a little bit with punching in the transition to the walk.
To the walk?
Yes, from canter walk, a little bit of a haunch transition. Okay? Keep the right hind leg. Keep the right hind leg. Good. How did you feel about that transition? But you didn't correct it, right? What is the correction to that?
Right forward.
Because it's in front of you and you didn't get after him. So he'll do this one exactly the same way.
I have to sit down a minute.
So you need to measure or take him for something. And then walk and do it again. And this time maybe he'll take you seriously because you got after him. Doesn't matter. Keep the right hand. Good. That was much better. Good. Good. Now go a little. Yeah, good. That's better. Now keep the jump when you make the camera smaller. Keep the jump. Good. Good, Faye. Good correction. And the 10 straight. Keep the jump. Keep the jump. What? The 10-meter circle. Turn. Right ace. Right ace. Doesn't matter. Right hind leg. You need his right hind leg. And I know that he gets strong in the left rein. But make sure you keep riding his right hind leg when you're addressing that. Okay? Because otherwise he flings his right hind leg out. Keep riding his right hind leg. Like that. Eyes up. Leg yield off your right leg. Leg yield off your right leg. Off your right leg. It's about the right side, Faye. I know it doesn't feel like it, but if you get that right hind under him, he'll stop leaning on his left shoulder. Does that make sense? Turn. Get on your 10-meter circle and stay on. Every time you let him out of the 10-meter circle when he does that, he thinks it was okay to go out of the 10-meter circle. You know what I mean? You let him go out of it, and then, again, you've got to correct him when he makes a mistake. Put your whip in your other hand. You've got to be stricter about your geometry, because that's going to make him better as much as anything else. Be clear about where you're going. You're doing a lot of things really, really well, but being strict about your geometry is going to make a huge difference. But he stays bent left when you're doing your turn to the left. Stays bent left and stays in your right rein. In your right rein. Now 10-meter circle in the canter. Stay here on the 10-meter circle and canter to the 10-meter circle. No excuses. I don't care if there's a horse galloping out there in the jump arena over all this stuff. Not his job. The judge rustling papers in the judge's box, because you have to do this circle at C, right? Right. Good. Now stay on the circle and get the jump back in your hand. Get the jump back. And now your circle actually, believe it or not, is a tiny bit small. Get after the right hind. Little tap with the whip on the right side. Jump, jump. This is that yucky canter I don't like. So make the bigger canter on this circle. Outside leg, outside leg. Straighten him a little to the right. Good. Okay, it's too small now. Make your canter bigger and your circle bigger. Tap him with the whip. Come on. I got a canter. Okay. That I will forgive. Oh. You okay? Yeah. Okay. So he needs more jump and he's a little crooked. Hey, how are you? Rita should be here for a lesson. I don't know if there's a ball she can use, if you can help her find a place for her horse to be if she needs it while she's getting ready. And then, I'll get back to you on that. So, on the 10-meter circle, canter with jump. So which rein do you have? Does he have more contact in right now?
The right.
Okay, good. So, straighten him a little to the right. Make his neck equally fat on both sides. I need to get you some combs.
What?
Combs. You need combs.
Oh, okay.
Make your 10-meter circle. I don't know what you keep changing